Got that shit, roll that shit, don't hold that shit, smoke that shit. Shout out to every smoke alarm, but still, nigga, smoke that shit. Got that drink, pour that sip, double cup, hold that bitch. Taste the greatness, ho, embrace the fact you moving slow and shit. I'm dope as shit. Fuck them niggas, and I'm cocaine.
So happy to do this video for you guys. Didn't think I would do this one week, but just this week, but just decided I did want to do one. I thought this was going to be the Dua fragrances I recommend the most, because I have been wearing Dua heavy. I'm not going to lie to you guys. My give a fuck what people think meter has always been turned off. Now it's so far turned off that it's spun around and it's actually hit the I care side of it, because I so don't give a fuck. But I am going to do a video of the fragrances from Dua that I recommend, but I want to hold off on that because I ordered some new stuff from them, and once I get those, I'll do that video. We'll have a video next week, maybe a sample shopping video, possibly a fragrance review, but I wanted to do a starting lineup video for this summer, even though I'm probably not going to be wearing these fragrances in these situations because of what's going on. You already know. But if I were to wear fragrances this summer, these are the ones I'd wear in the appropriate situations. You know the concept of this video. Shout out to Brandon, who did this a long time ago. So if I was going to wear a signature scent this year, or this summer, and I have been wearing a good deal of this, it's my most recent acquisition from the brand. I think I would do Hermes Jardin Après Mousson. This is a fragrance from the Hermes Jardin collection that doesn't get a ton of talk. You know, we always talk about Sur le Nil. I've talked about Sur le Toit so much. There's, you know, Sur Lagoon is I believe the newest one. Mediterranean gets some love. This is like a really sort of, it's a blend of watery notes and spice. So you get ginger, you get like cardamom, you get like not a spicy pepper, like a smooth white pepper, and you get this mix of melon and water. And it's just really fresh, it's light, it's airy, it's transparent, it's sort of signature Jean-Claude Elena. I think it makes a perfect summer signature scent because it's not overbearing, but it just gives you enough of sort of spice and fruit and sort of watery notes to make this something you can wear every day without like being obnoxious, right? If I was working in my office, because I am working from home, but you know, I still get up every day, I still shower, I still put on my work clothes, I still do Zoom meetings and all that stuff, and I act as if I was going to go to work. And with that said, this is one I got not too long ago, and I probably wear this a lot to work this summer. This is from the House of Zegna. This is their Acqua di Bergamoto. I think this took the place of the Bergamot. I forget the name of the Bergamot scents that was in that Essenze collection. Maybe that one is still being made. I know that Zegna did buy like Bergamot orchard in Italy to produce fragrances, and I hope that's not just PR nonsense and that's true, because that's really cool. This is just a lot of bergamot, some other citruses in here. It's very floral. Like if you like Neroli Portofino, like those sort of fragrances, if you like, you know, my favorite is the Gianfranco Ferri Bergamot Marino. That's my favorite bergamot fragrance ever, probably, in terms of value and the way the fragrance actually smells. I think you'll really like this one. I got this so cheap online on a partial on eBay, and it's just a beautiful bergamot fragrance. It's just like perfect for work, and like it's getting super humid in New York City now, and I think this is just a really, again, nice mix of sort of floral notes and citrus notes, and it's not boring. I mean, it is kind of boring, actually. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it's kind of boring. But it's good quality, and I think it's got enough heft to be a good work scent. If I was going out this summer, and boy, I haven't done that in a long time, I'd go with this guy. This is from the House of Dua. This one is called Flagship. Now, this is one of their original fragrances. You know, Dua, I was talking about this the other day with, I'm in a couple chats, and some of these do-it chats. I'm in some OG reviewers are in these chats with me, and they're super into doing now. We're talking about how their original scents are so good, and people just tried those and even left the other stuff out of the picture, they might be converted. But man, it's so hard to get a citrus that lasts, and this lasts so much longer than Aqua de Bergamoto by Zenio, which I just mentioned, and also but this is a mix of grapefruit and bergamot and lemon, and it's got mint, and it's got a nice vetiver note in the base. There's orange blossom here, there's some cedar. It's just a quality citrus perfume that finally lasts. It lasts a long time. It would be great for a night out in the summer because you could really spray this a few times, and this would carry you through the night. It's sort of just your citrus aromatic, but it's done so well, and it lasts for so long. And I don't know if you can still get your hands on this one. I don't know if it's out of stock at this point, but this is one of the best citrus aromatic fragrances that I've ever come across. And you guys know I have a bunch of citrus aromatics, so this would be my night out. My romantic fragrance, this is just one that I think does the job so well, and it's been forgotten about. I think it's been discontinued, but if you can find it, again, it's gonna have the summer aesthetic that you want, while still maintaining a little bit of being interesting. This is the first Amouage fragrance I ever bought, and I want to give a shout out to Amouage because today I wore Sunshine Man, and that's one of the best fragrances I've ever smelled in my life. That syrupy lavender with the Immortelle, and the brandy is just so syrupy and good. This is so different. This is a spicy aromatic. You've got lavender here, you've got nutmeg and cinnamon, but what makes this difference is a peach note. It's a really clean, crisp peach note. This is just a beautiful, beautiful fragrance that has a little bit of almost a sexy juiciness to it that I think would be really appealing when it's time to close the lights, do what you gotta do. I think it just takes on another layer. The white florals in here are really masculine, which is so unique. I bought this. This was the first first Amouage that I bought. When everyone else was getting Jubilation and Interlude and Reflection, and no shots at them, I was like, this is the one I want. I went to Mint and I smelled every Amouage, and I was like, you know what? I want this one. This one's different. This one's got some je ne sais quoi to it, and it really does. And if you can still get it, I highly recommend it. A lot of reviewers have now been turned on to this one, but I was before on this one. Black tie. Well, if I was going to dress up this summer, I would want to come super different, and I would do that with one from the House of Matriarch, because this is summer seaside class in a bottle. This one is called Albatross. I don't know if you've ever smelled this, but this was I think this was the first House of Matriarch fragrance I've ever smelled. Christy Michelle is the perfumer there. She's a wonderful person. She's a beautiful, smart, brilliant perfumer that just really cares about her brand and just does this differently. She's sort of making these craft artisan liquors or liqueurs in her perfumery, and this is just a mix of cork, driftwood, cottonwood, just a mix of different salty, woody notes. I think there's some musk in here, but it just really gives you this it smells like a salty sex, like a dude who's been on a desert island for months and months, and he's got his hair is long and his beard is growing out, but he's still tanned and dark, and he's got this salty, sexy aroma to him, and it just smells super upscale. And then you throw that on when you're dressed up, and you just carry this different summer vibe to you. You know what I'm saying? You've got this salty, woody, musky thing going on. I just think it's really upscale. It's not a cheap fragrance. This retails for I think over $200 to $300 a bottle, but Christy uses the best ingredients, the best materials, a lot of naturals. I think these are mostly naturals, and it really shines through in the performance of this one. So my black tie would be this guy, Albatross by Heusler. And then my Rediscovered scent, this is one I always love, but I was talking with one of my friends, OZ reviewer, Luis, I forget his actual reviewer name. I think it was City Messiah something, whatever, and he's been super into dual fragrances too, and they did a reboot of vintage Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit's my favorite fragrance of all time, and the vintage was so slamming. I loved it, he loved it, and then they did a vintage Aqua Fahrenheit, and I didn't cop it because I have a older bottle of Aqua Fahrenheit, but it made me wanna go into the stash and pull this bitch out, and I did. And man, this is such a G of a fragrance. This is grapefruit, violet, mint. Man, it's literally Fahrenheit for the summer. You have the sort of petroleum, the violet, that gassy sort of smell, but it's really highlighted by grapefruit and mint, and it's light and fresh, and it's uplifting. And I've worn this, I've been wearing a lot of the OG Fahrenheit. Not really, when the few times I go out, I don't really wear it to do that because it's been hot in Manhattan, but just for my own, fun, I've been wearing that. And to come back to this guy and smell this, man, this is so beautiful. All the Fahrenheit flankers, whether it's Absolute or even the Parfum, or I think there's one more I'm missing that I really enjoy. Absolute, Parfum. I think there's the 32. So good. All these guys are so good. But this one, I think this might be my favorite flanker, just because they did this so perfectly to make an Aqua version of Fahrenheit, and then they even went a little step extra, and they made a screw up top in case you want to be a nut bag and splash it. I mean, that's not my thing personally, but they thought of everything, and so that is my sort of rediscovered banger, is Aqua Fahrenheit. So guys, if I was going to live a normal summer this summer, my signature would be Jardin Mousson by Hermes. My work scent would be Aqua Bergamoto by Zegna. My night out would be Flagship by Dua. My romantic would be Ciel Man by Louange. My black tie would be Albatross by House of Matriarch. And my rediscovered scent would be Fahrenheit Aqua by Christian Dior. So happy to see you guys, still working from home. Things are getting better. A little bit on this side. Cases are back spiking in New York. So many fucking people are being stupid. Listen, guys, the best place to catch up with me and sort of see what's going on is my Instagram, VVS Fragrance. That's where I'm sort of posting cocktails I'm making, food I'm cooking, fragrances I'm wearing. I'll definitely try to get that one in a week here. Maybe it'll be more as things start to normalize. But if you want to catch me on the regular, that's sort of the way to do it. Guys, thank you so much for fucking with me, sticking with me, leaving the comments. Let me know what you're wearing this summer, if you're able to wear those fragrances. I'll see you again next week.
It's fucked up, but I don't blame them, cause we grew up different. Big Dutch, big cup. It's mixed up, and what's inside is thick as fuck. I gets my live on, yeah, I'm living, and not a single fuck am I giving. Rather empty mind before I give in.